Wednesday. Hope you're all having a good week. I'm gonna go ahead and cross my fingers that this is what it stays out, and maybe a little bit of sun. So if you got a rabbit's foot, rub it right now so we can get that sun out in here. All right, since there is no sun, I'll get you warm. We'll get started with our warm-up marches in 3, 2, 1. Side steps left in 3, 2, 1. Out together, out together. Good. Beautiful. Three, 2, 1. Feet are going to be about hip width apart. Arms are going to come out. And we're going to do our shoulder circles. Now, these can be wide or as narrow as you need them to be. And reverse directions. Want control, not speed here. So you're just going to whatever your max is and sticking to that. Rest. Okay, go ahead and grab your rope. You're going to put your thumbs through the loop. You're going to put tension. And we're going to go side to side. Now, don't go 90 degrees because then you're going to go over the range of motion on that rotator cuff. And you do not want to do that. Rest. Go ahead and double up. Elbows pinned to your side. You're going to push out, pull back. Push out, pull back. When you pull back though, you're tucking those elbows behind you. You're not flaring them out. You're tucking them behind. Beautiful. Rest. Now, fists are going to be pointed up towards the ceiling. Elbows stay parallel to the floor. Again, don't let them flare out. Keep them nice and parallel. Punch up, pull down. Punch up, pull down. Good. Last one. Rest. Set your rope aside. Sip water if you need it, and then grab those weights. Okay. We're going to do T openers. So, weights are going to come out. You're going to open up to a T, bring them together. Open to a T, bring together. If you need to modify, you're going to do a 1, 1 instead. Last one. Rest. That one's a doozy, isn't it? That ought to get you nice and awake. That'll get you paying attention. All right. Standard shoulder press. So, going to have your candlestick position. Numbers of your weights pointing towards me. You're going to press up, come down. Press up, come down. If you're modifying, you're doing a single arm press. And press up, come down, press up, come down, press up, come down. That's one, up, down, rest. Okay. Now, you're going to hold your weights so that your fists are pointed towards me. We're gonna do alternating punches. So, punch, back, punch, back, punch, back, punch, back. Good. Gonna feel this in your chest, your upper back. Shoulders are a little bit engaged, but not as much. One more set. Rest. Okay. Inverse flies. So you're gonna come up and under, bring it back down. Up and under, bring it down. Good. When you do these though, you have a little micro bend in your elbow. I don't want you straightening out your arm because then you're gonna engage your joints, not your muscles. Last set. Rest. Biceps. This one's a little bit of a thinker. Bear with me. So, we're going to start with hammer curls. Turn. Lower. Curl. 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 Turn. Lower. Last one. Curl. Turn. Lower. Rest. I'm going to come down to seated for this now. For this next one. Excuse me. This works better if you sit more towards the edge of your chair. We are going to do full extension bicep curls. So, you're going to lower it down to the ground, bring it up to chest. Lower it down, bring it up. Sitting down makes you really feel gravity pulling on those weights a little bit more, so it's actually harder to do this seated than it is standing. Today's rep scheme is 8, so I had to get a lot of compound movements and hard movements in there to make up for the low rep scheme. Rest. Set one weight aside. I'm going to show you what it looks like standing so you can see what's going on behind your back. So, weight is in the left hand. You're going to come down behind that left shoulder blade. Make sure though you're still 2-3 inches behind, you're not right on top of yourself. Alright. Here, because I showed you the left side. If you need a little extra support, you can hold at your tricep. And switch. It's only 4 each side. I was nice today. Buy a lotto ticket. And rest. Okay, go ahead and grab that other weight to come up to standing. Both weights come together. This is the standard. I'll show you modified. Comes up overhead, and you lower it down. If you're modifying, you're using one weight, and coming down. You pick the variation that works best for you. Rest. Set one weight down. We're going to hold the weight on either end. We're going to bring the weight over to the side that the knee doesn't come up. So, let's say that my right knee lifts up. You bring the weight over to the left side and vice versa. If that's too bouncy for you, What I want you to do is toe on the ground and bring it over. Pick the one that works best for you. We're going to alternate. So, knee lifts up, comes over, down, other side. Knee lifts, over, down. Lift, over, down. Lift, over, down. Lift, over, down. Lift, over, down. 2 more. Lift, over, down. Last one. Lift, over, down, rest. I'm down to seated. Sip of water if you need it. I've been yapping. Okay. Calf raises are next. It's just standard calf raises. You can have palms down or candlestick position, whatever's more comfortable. Posture straight and strong. Apples on your head, it's not falling off. And you come up on your toes, back down. Come up, back down. Come up, back down. Up, down. Good. Have that little 2-second pause in between. One more. Rest. Now, you're going to slightly turn your toes inwards. Just your toes, not your knees. And you're going to come up, down, up, down. You should feel this in the sides of your calves. If you feel this in your ankle, you're either rotating too far in or your weights are too heavy. Beautiful. Rest. Set one leg aside. Posture straight and strong. We're going to do our bicycles. You can use the weight if you want to, but it's not necessary. Left hand anchors onto the chair. Weight is on the right leg. And you bike it out. If you need to kind of graze the ground in between so that you're not fighting gravity as hard, that is perfectly fine. If you have tight hamstrings, you might not be coming up quite as high as I am. That's all right. Do your best to get the rest. Speaking of which, rest. Switching sides. Now the weight is on the left quadricep, not the knee, the quadricep. Posture straight and strong. Right arm anchors onto the chair. And bike it out. Same thing. You need to graze the ground in between. You can. This one's a doozy, I know. Rest. Okay, go ahead and set your weight aside for the moment. Sip of water if you need it. Gonna do a little seated mobility. So, left leg stays bent, right leg comes out straight, reaching forward with that right hand. If you can touch your toes, go for it. Otherwise, go to where you can. Opposite hand rests on the quad, not the knee. If you can't touch your toes, you can hover, you can go to shin. Wherever your max range of motion is, go to that. And if you have like a little 5 to 10 degree bend in your knee, that is okay. Don't force it to flatten out. Rest. Now the right leg stays bent, left leg comes out straight, toe pointed up, and you reach forward with that left hand. Same thing, hands on the quad, not the knee. Perfect. When you do this, don't tuck your chin towards your chest because then you're going to round too much and block your trachea, and then you're going to have insufficient oxygenation, which is just the way of saying you're going to turn blue eventually. But that doesn't sound quite as fancy. And bring yourself yourself back to center. Okay. We're going to do seated shoulder rolls. So your shoulders are going to come up and forward. Good. And reverse direction. Rest. Now move I stole from Bradley. You're going to cross your hands over. Palms are going to go up towards the ceiling. Open it up. Switch which hand is on top. Open up. Switch. This is like crying grasshopper, weeping lotus, or whatever you call it. Something like that. I forget the name. I know it has grass in it. That's about it. Grass something. Do you remember the name?
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper it was? I don't know what grasshoppers he's been looking at, but this does not look like any grasshopper I've seen. And rest. Okay, come up to standing. If you're at home, make sure your workout space is clear. We are going to go into our cardio portion. If you have heart or lung problems, stick with the modifications. If at any point you feel that your heart rate's too high, breathing is too intense, I want you to just pedal your feet and do some diaphragmatic breathing. That's in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Okay. Going into our march or walk in 3, 2, 1. Legs moving, arms pumping, blood flowing. Skater taps are first. We're going to start left. Quick Wii Sports rules check though. If you're touching somebody's scoop, same for you at home. If you have a limited workout space, you don't have to go as far wide as I'm going. 3, 2, 1. Tap, jack, tap, jack, tap, jack, tap, jack. Good. Now, the tap is too coordination-wise for you and you feel unsteady. You can do side step jacks instead. Four, 3, 2, 1. March or walk. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Push pulls are next. Four, 3, 2, 1. Push, push, pull, pull. Push, push, pull, pull. Push, push, pull, pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. March or walk. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. Good. Jump rope heel taps are next. All right, get in that jump rope position. Heel tap, heel tap, heel tap, heel tap, heel tap, heel tap. Good. Remember, If you can't match my speed and pace, that's okay, you can slow it down. Or if you feel I'm too tortoise level for you, speed it up. Do whatever you want to do. As long as your form remains on point, I'm happy with it, and you can make any modification you see fit. Four, three, two, one. March or walk. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Side step arm swings are next. They're gonna look very familiar to those who are in Beth's class. I'm sure she's done this a lot in Swedish fitness. That's the class I stole it from. We're starting left. If you're at home and alone, it doesn't matter. For us here, start left. And step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing. Good. Now, if this makes you dizzy, you can keep your head in a neutral position. You don't have to follow your arms with your eyes if that makes you feel like you're on a merry-go-round. Merry-go-rounds are fine, it's those teacups. The teacups, I tell my niece she's on her own. I ain't barfing everywhere. The Seabreeze still have teacups, they haven't been there in eons. And march or walk. The one ride I won't do. Any other one, sure, but those teacups, not for me. As great as vertigo and a mild concussion sound, I'm gonna have to pass. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle side steps. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Good. And pedal the feet. And toe tap it out. Rest. Come down to seated. Grab a sip of water. Gonna need our core bows for the next one. If you're at home and you don't have one, you're gonna just walk your hands down, walk your hands back up. For us here, we're gonna do our rollout. So, rolling it down, roll it back up. Looking for control. I don't want you doing these super fast. I want you getting as much range of motion as you can. The goal is to get to the tops of your shoes, but if you have to stop at shins, that's fine. Keep the ball. If you're at home, just mimic these moves without the ball. Super simple. It's gonna come out in front, You're going to pass it to the right side, open, together, open, together. Good. Open, together, open, together, open, together, open, together. Good. Last one. Rest. Now, posture straight and strong. Ball comes out slightly below your belly. And you're going to raise it up overhead. Bring it back down. Raise it up overhead. Back down. Raise it up. And down. Raise up. Down. Raise up. Down. Two more. Raise up. Down. Last one. Up. Down. Rest. Go ahead and put your ball aside. We're going to come up to standing. Going into our dynamic static series. So we'll go through all of our muscle groups. We will do a dynamic stretch and then a static stretch, so on and so forth. If you need to modify. Don't force yourself to go to full range of motion if that's not quite there yet for you. Okay, first one. Shoulders are going to come up, back, and down. Palms are going to turn towards me. And we're going to do our gentle head roll. So we're going to roll up and over to the left side. Up and over to the right. Up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Up and over to the left. Last one, up and over to the right. And bring it to center. Now we're going to slowly look up. And slowly bring chin to chest. Slowly look up. This makes you dizzy. Closing your eyes can help. Chin to chest. One more time, look up. And chin to chest. And center. Keep your arms where they are. Left arm is going to stay where it is. Palms facing me. Right ear to right shoulder. If you want to get deeper, you can press down on that temple with the right hand, but you don't have to. It's an option, not a mandate. Release it out. Now the right arm comes down, palm facing me. Left ear to left shoulder. If you want to get deeper, you can press down on that temple, but you don't have to. Rest. Okay. Shoulders are next. We're going to do our swimmer shoulders forward. So feet are going to be hip width apart. Both toes are pointed in front of you. Posture straight and strong. Belly button pulled in towards the spine to engage those stabilization muscles. And we swim it forward. Now, this is the same as your other mobility moves. If you need a little half range of motion, go ahead and take it. It's not the end of the world if you don't get quite as wide as me or someone else. All that matters is that you're doing your best, putting forth your max effort, and having a good time. Because you gotta have fun when you work out, otherwise what's the point? In addition to being a Mood Fitness instructor, you get a free clown show, so be grateful. Reverse directions into backstroke, Same thing, if you need a little smaller range of motion for backstroke, go ahead and take it. Rest. Okay, go into one of our classics. Left arm comes over to the right side, supporting that forearm or underneath your tricep. Just don't press too hard on your elbow. If your arm isn't perfectly flat against your chest, don't worry about it. Get as close as you can. Remember, tightness and burning, totally normal during exercise. Pulling sharp, shooting, stabbing, that's your body's way of sending you a signal of, hey, back off a little bit, and is often a precursor to injury, so always listen to those signals. Open it up. Now the right arm comes to the left side, supporting that forearm or tricep. Just a matter of personal preference, neither's right or wrong. And open it up, shake it out a little bit. Okay. We're going to do chest squeeze openers next. So, arms are going to come out like a goalpost, palms together, squeeze, open up. Together, squeeze, open up. Together, squeeze, open. Squeeze, open. Squeeze, open, squeeze, open. Last one, squeeze, open, rest. Okay, I'll show you your two variations. Variation 1, palms are touching. Variation 2, fists. Remember, I'm cheating, I'm a genetic freak, so if your palms don't touch, don't worry about it. Blame your mom. You didn't get the chromosome DNA for the genetic mutation, so comes from the mother, because I think it's from the mitochondria. It's on a mitochondrial disorder. Mitochondria comes from your mom. Biology lessons in addition to fitness classes, look at that. You're welcome. Just a wealth of information. By the time you're done with this class, you'll be ready for Jeopardy. You have to split the prize with me though, because I taught you. 10% commission, I don't think that's too much to ask for, and rest, shake it out a little bit. Okay. Next one we're going to come down to seated for. Going to stretch out our upper back. So, hands are going to clasp the back of your chair. You're going to lean forward just until you feel your abdomen touch the tops of your legs. When you do this though, don't lean too far forward or sink too back, or else your chair is going to tip, and that's not going to be a fun time. And rest. Now, next one's going to look a little goofy, but I promise it has a purpose. You're going to lean forward again. Then you're going to open your arms, bring them behind you, scoop up. Then scoop it forward. Scoop behind, scoop it forward. Scoop behind, scoop it forward. Behind, forward. Two more. Behind, forward. Last one. Behind, forward, rest. Grab your golf balls, sip of water if you need it. For you at home, if you don't have these for your first exercise, your arms are going to go out in front of you, fingers are going to point down towards the ground, and up to the ceiling. Down to the ground, up to the ceiling. Everybody else, stick with me. So, palms are gonna go on your golf balls. You're gonna roll them forward, roll them back, roll them forward, roll them back. Make sure you're doing this with just your palms though. Don't use your fingers if you can help it. Perfect. Make sure though your posture is still straight and strong. Don't let yourself slouch back. No Quasimodo, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Nice and aligned. Rest. For those of you at home, meatballs are next. For those of you here, we're doing our movement circles. I actually saw an interesting little short documentary, like 45 minutes the other day. And the hula girls for Hawaiian dances trained for years and years and years for special ceremonial dances. And it's really amazing what they go through. The flexibility training alone is far more than I can do. I would be tearing things left and right. Reverse directions.
Is that the next class?
That class can be taught by somebody whose name does not rhyme with Rillin' Railroad. How about that? Denise can teach that one. She's a dancer. She has her own dance studio. Rest. For those of you home for the next ones, you can just mimic the golf balls are just there to add resistance for these next ones. So, posture straight and strong, nice and aligned, arms out in front of you like Frankenstein, and squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good. Full 30 seconds. Once you get to that like 20, 22 second mark, that's when you really feel like you hate me. But I promise these are for your benefit. Rest. Now, arms out in T formation. Palms are facing the ground. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good. Wasn't me. Firing up the chainsaw. Rest. Either firing up the chainsaw or somebody had a can of beans for breakfast. Alright. Arms out in front of you. Palms are going to face up towards the ceiling. Don't drop it like I did. And squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Perfect. Now when you do these, don't go so high that your shoulders are shrugged in your ears. Shoulders should be in a relaxed, neutral position. Also, don't want them to go so low that they're sinking down. Nice and aligned with, I'd say, your pectoral muscles, big muscles in your chest. Rest. Okay. Next round, squeeze and hold for 4, rest for 4, squeeze and hold, rest. You get the idea. Shake it out if you need to. My fingers are dying because I did some push-up stuff yesterday, so that was a fingers workout as well. Okay. Now, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. Alright, arms out in that T formation again. Palms are facing the ground, not the ceiling. And squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Last squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. Take a second, shake it out if you need to. I definitely need to. All right, arms out in front, turning the palms up towards the ceiling, and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, last squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. Okay. Set these aside, grab your core balls, sip of water if you need it. Oh dear. This works better if you sit towards the edge of your chair, otherwise the ball's going to keep pushing up on you and that's going to be annoying. Ball goes in between your thighs, not your knees, your thighs. Very important distinction. Posture is nice and straight and tall, aligning the spine. Hands are going to go on top of your quadriceps. We're going to do a descending order. So we're going to do the hardest first, the least complex last. We're going to start with our squeeze and hold for 15 seconds, then we'll rest, squeeze and hold, rest, so on and so forth. In 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. Now when you squeeze, that squeeze is coming from your inner thighs. If you feel it in your knees, you're doing it wrong. And if they're buckling in, you're also doing it wrong. They should be nice and parallel. There's going to be a slight little rotation just because anatomically that's how it works, but I don't want it being so dramatic that they buckle in towards each other. Rest. Squeeze and hold. Just you wait, next week this is changing and you're going to be doing these standing. Standing makes it harder.
At the end of the book.
Nope. You're getting too good at it, so I gotta make it harder. Rest. And squeeze and hold. You're sitting there thinking about what you're gonna have for dinner later, maybe go to the grocery store, pick up some milk. Then the exercise isn't hard enough, so we gotta go and dig a little deeper. Rest. Perfect. 2 more, and then you're set with this series, or that's a lie. You're set with this exercise. Squeeze and hold. I'm so used to doing this one last that my brain automatically thinks, oh, we're done. Nope, not yet. Rest. Okay, now we're gonna squeeze and hold for the 4 count, rest for a 4 count, squeeze and hold, rest, so on and so forth. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 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 Last squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. All right, now we're just doing our pulses. So squeeze, release, squeeze, release. In 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good. Now, these are a modified version of what I'd normally have you do. Normally, you would be on the ground on your side. squeezing the ball at an angle to create a lot more resistance. But there's no floor work in any of my 55 plus classes, so you escaped that part, but you have not escaped entirely. Rest. Go ahead and set these aside. Come up to standing. This is the balance portion, so if you use your chair, you might want to put your weight on it just as a little extra anchor. Or weights, rather. You at home, if you only have a chair that has wheels, use a wall instead if you need it. Don't ever use anything with wheels or that breathes. That is not going to end well as a stability surface. Okay. We are going to go in ascending order today for our balance. So we're going to start with the least complex and end with the most. I'll show you what it looks like from the front and then the back. So you're either going to do ballerina mode where just your tippy toes are on the ground, or you're just lifting that heel. You pick the variation that works best for you. Still centering that weight in the middle of your foot and your heel. If you distribute it to the sides or the front, that's what makes you wobble and fall. If you gotta put your foot down to prevent yourself from falling, please do so. It's not that deep. It's not worth getting your head cracked open like Humpty Dumpty just to say you didn't tap down. Please tap down if you need to. Right, shake it out. Same thing, other side, on the left side. You're either gonna do just tippy toes or heel off the ground. Whichever variation works better for you. You can do airplane mode, you can do hands on hips. Some people like to do behind the back, prayer. Whatever you gotta do to stay stable, then go right ahead and do it. And rest. Shake it out. Flamingo pose is next. You have 3 options. You pick the one that works best for you. Option number 1, you're just gonna hover off the ground, or this is hovering off the ground. Option 2 is shin height. Option 3, waist height. Don't go any higher than waist height because then you're gonna arch your low back. Same thing, Wonder Woman, airplane, whatever it is you gotta do. And tap it down, shake it out. Same thing other side, either just a couple inches off the ground, shin height, or waist height. Picking the variation that works best for you. Try not to grip with your toes and curl them super hard because that's going to be uncomfortable for you later. Rest. Shake it out. Tree pose is next. So, first option, toes on the ground, heel is above the ankle. Option 2, heel is below the knee. And option 3, you're at inner thigh height. Picking whichever variation works best for you. Hands to prayer, airplane, Wonder Woman, whatever you gotta do. Right, shake it out. Now, toe on the ground, heel above the ankle, heel below the knee, or inner thigh height. Just make sure that you're not ever directly pressing on your knee. If you feel pressure on your knee, you're doing it wrong. Posture still straight and strong. Don't let yourself lean forward. I say as I'm leaning. Rest. Shake it out. Okay. Last but not least, we're doing our dynamic version, our line walks, 1 foot in front of the other. I'm going to be at just a slight angle so that the camera can see me. You're going to be up front. So, forward, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, forward, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, forward, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, last one, forward, 2, 3, 4, and back, 2, 3, 4, rest. Come down seated, sip of water if you need it, and grab those core balls. We're going to start with just our standard bounce and catch. And one-handed. Switch. Catch. We're going to do our toss-up. Gene, what's the capital of New Mexico? Too late. That's what they wanted me to do in Silverfin, and we ain't doing it. We're doing things my way. Catch. One-handed. I wouldn't even have known the answer to that. Phoenix? No.
Santa Fe, I think.
New Mexico's capital definitely has a vowel in it. Albuquerque? Oh. Switch. See, you learn something new every day. Don't ask me anything that starts with geography, geology, geometry. It's never gonna happen. Not in a million years. Catch. Okay. We're gonna do our red light, green light. So, you're gonna bounce and catch and bounce and catch. When I say red light, you stop. When I say green light, you go. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light, green light, red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Green light. Ah. Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Ah. Green light. Red light, green light, red light, green light. I said green light, keep going.
Really fast. Who's going behind you?
Red light. Green light. And red light. Come up to standing. Good job. Okay. Feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to give me an inhale out. Palms are going to touch. Exhale out. Palms again. Inhale up to palms. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Bring it over to the left side with an exhale. Inhale to neutral. Over to the right side and exhale. Inhale to neutral. Exhale and stretching it out. Inhale up. Exhale and stretch it down and back. One more inhale. Stretching it down and back. And you're going to give me a big inhale out. Exhale it all out. You guys did great. It's another one in the books.